Hi everyone, and thank you for joining us today to hear an overview about our EMPOWERCARE project. My name is Emily Paulding and I'm the Senior Project Officer for the project, and I'll be joined later on today by two Technology for Independent Living facilitators, Lisa O'Donnell and Matthew Crocker. So today what we're going to do is show you our short animation to give you an overview of our project and also an overview of our pilot schemes, the first being our Digital Ambassador programme, and then our tech facilitators will give you an overview of their role. The EMPOWERCARE project focuses on people aged 65 plus or 50 plus with at least one chronic health condition to reduce social isolation through access to technology. Please add your comments and questions throughout this video in the comment box, and we'll be responding to them whilst the video is live and is accessible on Public Sector Insight Week website. So I'll just start with a short animation now.
New approaches are needed to tackle the rising demand on our health and social care services by our growing older population. EMPOWERCARE looks to address the current gaps in the care of older people and create a person-centred solution. We aim to reduce social isolation and individual frailty in those who are 65 plus or 50 plus with at least one chronic health condition. EMPOWERCARE will create resilient communities and empower people to take more responsibility for their care, using technology and local services to keep them in work, healthy and motivated. The project will benefit from a cross-border approach, working with 13 partners across 4 countries to review relevant, person-centred methodologies and consider their use in EMPOWERCARE and the wider social care system. Through cross-border visits, we will share learning and review 4 care models. The ESTER philosophy in Kent, focusing on what matters to you, not what is the matter with you, putting ESTER first to ensure they experience confidence and independence supported by a strong network. The Zeeland Living Room in the Netherlands has set up meeting spaces known as living rooms, which provide older people with the opportunity to trial products that can support them with their frailty and isolation. As well as trialling tech, they bring together residents and experts to develop innovative solutions. The family conferencing approach in France focuses on bringing together an individual's family, friends, and professional supporters to provide a cohesive structure to aid people's independence. The model was designed to support young people, but is now being adapted for older people through EMPOWERCARE. Caring villages in Belgium support local municipalities, communities, and care organisations to become resilient communities by creating caring villages. Communities that sign up as a caring village use a support package of detailed local research and knowledge that results in an action plan to tackle loneliness within that community and realise integrated care for all citizens. The project will also create an empowerment strategy to deliver what matters to individuals and communities in managing their own care, and a workforce transformation package to upskill the health and social care workforce. The strategy will create a package of resources that can provide training for the adult social care workforce and wider professionals. The increased confidence of the workforce to deliver person-centred approaches will help them to become embedded in everyday working and continued by future workforce members. A technology blueprint on initiatives and technology that support enablement at individual and community level. We will pilot different technologies in co-production with our target group to inform our blueprint and bring digital solutions to our regions. All of our findings will be analysed in a comprehensive evaluation of the EMPOWERCARE approach run by Canterbury Christ Church University to outline the benefits and key outcomes our project will create. For more information on the EMPOWERCARE project, take a look at our website www.empowercare.eu to find information on the region nearest you.
Okay, so that was just an overview of what we're doing as an entire partnership. So we're working with partners in the UK, Belgium, France and Netherlands, and the EMPOWERCARE strategy and the technology blueprint will bring together everything that we've learnt and will become public documents for people to use to run similar schemes in their own organisations. What we're each doing as well is running a pilot scheme. So as we've mentioned, it's a focus on older people aged 65 plus or 50 plus with at least one chronic health condition. And at Kent County Council, we're piloting across Kent. We're doing a volunteer digital ambassador network to support older people with technology. And we're offering a short-term technology loan scheme, as well as improving the digital skills of the local adult social care workforce through employing 2 technology facilitators who will be joining us later to tell you more about their role. So what is a digital ambassador? So as I've mentioned, they're all volunteers, and it can either be a trained individual who's already working with the target group, or, as is the majority, just anyone in the community who wants to support people with digital skills. We do this by taking a person-centred approach, so focusing on that ESTA philosophy of what matters to the individual to help them achieve their goals. So rather than having a tick box of different skills we can support with, we will help with anything they want us to in the best as we can. We also provide demonstrations of equipment, whether it be their own devices that they bring to us or that we see on a one-to-one session, or the devices that we loan for our tech loan scheme. We also supply troubleshooting support, helping with any questions they may have, no matter how simple. And we give guidance on supportive resources for individuals. So if they have a particular problem, we can recommend potential new devices or apps or ways of overcoming that. All of our digital ambassadors go through a full training process. They're all DBS checked. They complete mandatory KCC e-learning, which covers things such as data protection and GDPR. And we also offer video training to make sure they have all the tools they need to be able to deliver digital skills effectively. The training is run in 2 one-hour videos, and the first one is focused on what we call soft skills. So a lot of volunteers may not have done digital skills training before, but that doesn't matter. So we provide them all the tools they need on the theory of learning and how we commit that learning to our long-term memory and the different ways that people learn and how to break things down. The second session, which is another 1-hour video, so there's 2 one-hour videos in total, is all about age awareness and focusing on our target group and the potential health implications that they might have, whether it be visual and hearing impairment or memory loss, and ways to consider that when training somebody. It also covers the basics of digital skills, more in how to break it down from the beginning for people who are new to technology. So as I've mentioned, to complement our digital ambassador scheme, we also offer a short-term device loan of up to 3 months on the following devices. So the first is a Samsung tablet. It's just a generic Samsung tablet, but it does come with some data, so you don't have to have the internet at home to make sure that it's really inclusive what we're offering. We also offer a video call tablet, which is a EMPOWERCARE phone. It looks like it's tablet size, but it's a really secure way to video call people that you've chosen to have added to the device. And it's really simple interface on it. You have it plugged in and you can just tap on someone's name and it instantly video calls them. And all they need is an app to answer that call. And we also offer, as of January, the Amazon Alexa. So something a bit different. They've been popular in all of our demos. We decided to offer some of those out on a short-term loan as well for people to trial, whether it's just be because they're interested in trying something new or almost a try before you buy type of scheme. So we've been running the pilot of Digital Ambassadors since June, and we'll be running this pilot for 12 months, so we end in June this year. And since June, we have 15 fully trained digital ambassadors who've supported 26 people in one-to-one sessions. We also hold group sessions in various centres across Kent, whether it be libraries or centres that are already working with the target group, such as Age UK. And through those, we've supported 40 individuals. We've loaned 13 out of the 20 Samsung tablets that we offer to individuals and some out to the workforce as well. And we added the Alexas in January, as I mentioned, and we've already loaned 3 out of 10 of those, and we'll be pushing those out over our next group sessions coming up. As well as all of this, we developed a network of organisations that utilise our support and generate our referrals, and we've got good relationships with local organisations in Kent that want to make the most of our offer. What I really wanted to share with you all today is the lessons that we've learned so far, because it has been a real learning curve for us all on the project, and it's useful. I know there's so many people out there offering something similar to us, whether it be digital champions or loaning or offering technology and devices. So the first thing is around our volunteers. So what we know is that volunteers often become involved in volunteering for the social aspect as well as to give something back. So it's just to bear in mind how you're connecting other volunteers to each other to ensure they feel personally involved, as it's really important. What we have done for our project is we've utilised Teams and created almost a social media site where people can get in touch, post questions, where we can upload resources, offer new extended training, and post dates for our group sessions. They can come along and join us, and it's become a real community on there, and I think it's given real added value to the volunteers as well. The next thing would be to get your paperwork and processes as clear as possible and planned in advance. So just to know exactly what you need, what paperwork you need, and that it's there ready to go. You will have to be flexible, and we've had to change a couple of our processes as we've gone, but it's just getting as ready as possible will save you a lot of time throughout. Make contact with you and referrals as easy as possible. What we have done is we have our own direct number. It comes straight through to the EMPOWERCARE team, and we have our own inbox. So it means people can get in touch with us easily once they've got our details. And we've also kept the sign-up forms quite short and simple, with just all the necessary information covered as well, such as consent and those sorts of things, but just keep it short, simple and easy to get in touch with you. We've learned that training virtually can be really effective, but meeting everyone's schedules was a challenge. And so we used to do 2 half days on Zoom, which was a lot more interactive and really well received, but also a challenge for people's schedules. And that's why we adapted to 2 videos, and they've worked really, really well. So it's just to be flexible in how you may deliver training and offer different approaches to that. So as I've already alluded to, utilise existing networks. We have built good relationships with organisations that are already working with people over 65, and we've made the most of them to promote our project and generate referrals, but also to utilise their expertise and their knowledge and the resources that they already have, and it's worked really, really well. Remain attentive to volunteer needs and take a flexible approach to supporting them, changing methods based on feedback. So we regularly meet with our volunteers online calls and ask them how things are going and if they had any feedback, and we make sure that we do make changes if something isn't working. Which leads on to the next one, to regularly review your offer. Does it meet the needs of the target group, but also the people involved in the project, such as volunteers, and is there anything missing? So initially we were just going to offer digital skills support for ambassadors, but because we're targeting people who are digitally excluded, it made sense for us to complement this with a loan scheme. So that's why we now have our loan scheme as part of our offer, to make sure we're inclusive and that people can get involved if they don't have the internet or their own device already, or if they just want to try a new type of device, which has worked really, really well. And always consider connectivity, devices and skills level when developing your plan. So all of these lessons, although we are focused on people over 65 or 50 plus with at least one chronic health condition, they're very much transferable, I think, to other target groups. So just consider what you'd need to develop your digital skills, not just where you're going to be delivering your sessions, but also when they take it home and try and develop them themselves. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hand over to Matt and Lisa. They're our Technology for Independent Living facilitators, and they're a brand new role created for our pilot, and they're supporting our adult social care workforce with technology and thinking digital. So I'll hand over to them now.
Thanks, Emily. So Matt and I are Technology for Independent Living facilitators. There's just 2 of us working across Kent, and we've been in post since around September of last year. And our role is to look at promoting assistive technology for those that need support to maintain and manage their everyday care needs, to support their independence and reduce social isolation and frailty. KCC is now adopting a technology-enabled care approach, and we're trying to deliver care services to those. where digital solutions can support a person to increase or maintain their independence, and that goes to improving their physical or mental health and well-being. It also allows them to have more choice and control over the care they receive, because we know not everybody wants the care support coming in. Assistive technology, we know, is not for everybody, but we do know that sometimes a mix of both care and assistive technology solutions may work well, and it might be the best outcome for the client. And it also promotes a very strength-based approach, and it allows the informal carer to maintain their caring role.
So as part of our journey, we've been really working with the workforce within Kent County Council, and we've learnt a couple of lessons along the way. In order for technology to be considered, there needs to be support and confidence given to the workforce to create a culture change. A technology confident workforce are more likely to promote technology to the people they support. Technology needs to be accessible for the workforce to physically try and be creative with. So what we've really found with that is actually through the pandemic, we've had to do a lot of presentations virtually. And what we really wanted to try and achieve moving forward now is actually having the opportunity for people to actually try this equipment out and get a real sense of how it works and how it can be applied to certain settings for people. What's really important is technology should not discriminate. It should be available to everyone. And that's conversations we're actively having within the workforce and making sure that everyone is having the opportunity to access this equipment. We've learned that technology is more likely to succeed when we use a proactive approach rather than reactive. Given that person the confidence and the skills to utilise that, it's going to be more successful than putting that in as a second thought for someone. Most people have some form of technology already in their home, and this can be as simple as a smartphone. So we're really starting to utilise that and see whether there's applications that can be applied to someone's care and support needs and how that could benefit someone. And we've also established that actually the workforce are more likely to suggest technology if the responsibility of the installation is taken away from them and managed by someone else. We feel that sometimes there is a bit of a fear of putting technology in, and actually the reassurance from perhaps third parties can really make a difference and really reassure that person.
Thank you both. And if you want to get in touch with Matt and Lisa, they've got their own email address, which I'll share with you shortly. So please do let them know if you've got any questions at all, or pop them in the comments box. So don't forget to put any questions or comments in the comment box, and we will respond to as many as we can. So next steps for us is to map out other digital services in Kent. So as I've already mentioned, there are a lot of other projects just like us. We want to try and get them all together and whereabouts they are, so we can make sure we can try and link in with as many people as possible and keep the project as sustainable as possible in the future. And we'll be thinking about what we do after June and September when our pilot projects end, and how we can keep all the hard work and the networks we've built going after the project ends. So the project end date is actually March 2023. We've just received a 6-month extension, so we can potentially push our pilots up to September, and then it'll be project close after that. And we're just thinking now about how we can continue all of our hard work after the pilot ends. If you would like to contact us, please do get in touch. We have learned so much over the last few months of running this project, and we're very happy to share any information with you that might be useful. So we've got, as I mentioned, our own email address, so contact us at empowercare@kent.gov.uk or call us direct on 03000 422 122, or if you'd like to get in touch with Matt and Lisa to learn more about their role or ask any questions you might have directly, and their email address is just there. It's asctechfacilitators@kent.gov.uk. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope it was helpful. If you do have any questions, please get in touch or leave them in the comments. Have a great day. Thank you.